Whew. Okay. I just got back from Coachella this last weekend. I really haven't done my makeup and I just showered. So that's the look that we're going for today because I spent the entirety of the weekend doing my makeup and I never do my makeup. That was a lot for me to have to look on point for like 3 days straight. So this is how you're getting me in the Coachella video. This is my Coachella wristband. Sadly, I took it off yesterday. In this video, I did vlog a little bit of the festival. I'm gonna kind of give you like a rundown of like each day and how I feel that it went, especially for someone that usually goes to raves and her favorite festival was EDC Las Vegas for her whole life and pretty much only listens to EDM. This was a whole new experience for me, so maybe any of you out there that are more into just like the EDM scene and wanted to branch out to Coachella, this might give you a little bit of an opinion of someone that actually witnessed it for the first time. I was one of those people that told myself I would never go to Coachella, that it just wasn't my vibe, that like the fashion aspect of it was too, you know, like off-putting for me. I love fashion, but I just don't want to be like judged on it, or I think people are like looking me up and down like trying to like figure out why I'm wearing what I'm wearing, you know? Like Coachella was a totally different vibe for me. So for any of you out there that have never been and want to know basically the tea about Coachella, I'm gonna tell you everything, how it compares and contrasts to other festivals, and just how overall a first time experience at Coachella really is. Let's basically start with kind of how this all happened, because as I said, I wasn't somebody that was like ever considering going to Coachella. I was not about it. So I got tickets to this festival and I was like, okay, you know what, let's send it. Let's freaking go. I want to go to Coachella. This is the move. Oh, sorry, I'm breaking out so bad. It's your girl's time in the month, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I was like, let's fully send it. So I go on this app called Radiate, which is like a rave app. I never go on there. It's a very interesting app, to be quite honest. But I had actually found a group of people that were staying in an Airbnb about 2 miles from Coachella, and that's like kind of hard to find. Like I was surprised that I found that, and they needed like a bunch of more people. So I was like, me and my boyfriend are down. So we ended up signing a little contract with them and giving them money for the Airbnb, which was very, very expensive. This trip is very expensive, mind you. So it's like the Thursday where we're about to leave and go to Palm Springs. We live about 2 hours away from Palm Springs. And then the next day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that weekend was going to be Coachella. So we left about Thursday night. It was a rough day, to be quite honest with you. Me and Seb were all over the place. We were arguing. So we showed up to the Airbnb kind of late. Okay guys, I've been sleeping in the car for like the last however long, 2 hours, but we are here. And this is our first time doing Airbnb ever and staying with random people, so this is gonna be so interesting. But it looks really nice. I'm excited. Are you ready, babe?
I'm fucking stoked.
I was like under the impression that there was gonna be like, you know, 50-50 guys and girls, but like literally this house was like all guys. It was like I was living in a frat house. Good thing I had my boyfriend there and like he kind of vibed with them like a little more than I did. The girl that like let us stay at the Airbnb with them and that was like asking for more people, she was really cool. I met her briefly and then like we just kind of like drank and hung out with everybody in the house for like a night, and that was pretty cool. The next day, like the vibes were a little bit different. I feel like a lot of people were like hungover, and I like honestly didn't really talk to anybody after like Thursday night in the house. Like it really felt like you were on like the real world or some shit. Like we weren't like hanging out like we were on the real world, but like you're in a house with like 16 other people. There were 16 other people. I thought there was gonna be like less, but there were 16 people. We ended up getting put in like a den area, but we did get there last, so I think that that's why like we didn't get like first pick on that, but it's all good. So we were like put in basically like this den with like a privacy shade, but like it was still very open, and like anyone walking through the front door and stuff like could see us and like hear us. Everybody in the house knew each other, so me and Sebastian were the only people that like didn't know anybody, but there also was this other couple from like Hungary, I think. So it's just like this giant house of like random people, but everybody knew each other except for me and Sebastian and then like the other couple. So like we were kind of like the odd ones out, you know what I'm saying? It turns out that our shuttle passes, so this is kind of a whole part of Coachella. So when you get your tickets, you get like shuttle passes with them sometimes. So we had shuttle passes and we were expecting to use those and save money on Ubers. 6 Ubers, you know, there and back, there and back, there and back throughout the fest. But it turns out that 2.5 miles, which makes sense, is not far enough from the festival to use your shuttle passes, so you have to Uber. For day 1 and day 2, we went in an Uber with the couple from Hungary, but the Uber was only 16 bucks, so split, we literally, each couple paid $8. It wasn't bad at all to get there. Going back was more difficult, but it was never with anybody. It was just me and Seb alone, so it turned out to be more expensive, and that kind of sucked because I was like trying to sell the shuttle passes and like no one would buy them, and it was just like, ugh, like everything you do costs money there. it's expensive as F. So shuttle passes though, if you are near a shuttle stop, wherever you're staying, like that's the move. We ended up, you know, getting ready, everything was good. Hi guys, I'm gonna do this with a voiceover. I'm gonna get ready a little bit for Coachella. Today is day 1, but I'm going to probably just like put music over it because there's music in the back and your girl doesn't want to get copyrighted, so I'm just gonna get ready. I wish I could talk to you guys, but I'm in an Airbnb with like a lot of people, so yeah, it's always a turn up and there's always music and things like that, so it's hard for me to talk. Why do I look so pale? I know I'm tan, like the fuck? Oh my god, is my foundation too white? Yikes, this is Coachella, right? We gotta look good. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to show you my getting ready process, but I will show you like my outfit and like my makeup and everything when I'm done. It is a beautiful day outside, look. Can you see? Okay, you really can't see, but the skies are super blue, so Coachella's gonna be so pretty. This is our area. A little cut off of the living room, so that's cute. All of our stuff, because we're messy as fuck. It is day 1, you guys. I got ready. Do you like my makeup? I honestly, oh, okay. This is what happens when Seb drives. Okay. I did my makeup kind of different today. I know this is like a super Coachella vibe and like a Coachella look, so I kind of copied it from Pinterest. I'm not gonna lie. Can you close the window, please? It is such a beautiful day. We are so happy to be here.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I want to live down here.
He's like obsessing over Coachella and wants to live here. He loves deserts. He always wants to move to Vegas, or like now he wants to move here. So we're excited. I don't know who we're gonna see first. I guess we're gonna see Anna Luno or something. I don't know who that is, but she's right before Jaws, I believe. So we're gonna see Jaws for sure. But I'm super excited for the 1975. I'm super excited for Ariana Grande. I'm super excited for Khalid. There's a bunch of others. I'm trying to remember that aren't EDM artists. Childish Gambino, like that we're just really excited for. Like it is just lit. Like yeah, we've just been chilling in the Airbnb, like hanging out with a bunch of people that we don't know.
We were talking last night while you were asleep, and they said that they all looked us up like on YouTube and was like watching our videos and stuff to like see if we were cool or like if we were like outlandish.
That's so embarrassing.
What?
Because like my videos. We get in the Uber and then we get to the festival, and then it's very organized. The thing that I can say about Coachella is it's a little more organized than some other festivals. I mean, a lot of Insomniac festivals are like super organized and nice, and I love them so much, but like this was really organized too. So you get to the Uber drop off, you just get out, and then you have to walk this like super long walk, like this 2-ish mile walk on like rock, like not just like dirt, like oh my god it's such a long walk on a dirt road. Like no, you're literally walking on volcanic rock, to where if you step on any of these rocks wrong, you are going to break your ankle, dead ass. You are going to twist your ankle, you are gonna fall. Like any of the girls in like those chunky ass shoes or like the heels or anything, like I was like, how are you doing that? Like props to you, you're killing the game, but like how are you doing that right now? Or you can pay $10 per person to take this little like bike, but it only takes you like a third of the way there. So like technically each little bike that you could take, when it's $10 per person, you have to take 3 of those to get from the Uber parking lot to the festival. So technically there's like no point, and you just end up walking it anyway. Like just on top of everything, just on top of the Ubers and the amount of the drinks, which we'll get into. But yeah, so that was a little bit interesting. The walk was long, but I'm so used to it going to like Insomniac events and EDC. Like the first thing I noticed walking in to day 1, the outfits were crazy. Like the outfits weren't the outfits necessarily that you see like on Instagram, like where they're super cute and like done up and like indie vibes and all bohemian and shit like that. It wasn't really like that. Like a lot of people were dressed really interesting, some of them were dressed really normal. Like something that I kind of noticed about Coachella and noticed about like the influencers and like celebrities that go and stuff like that, they're not always like at the festival. I am just a regular bitch. I'm not a famous YouTuber, I'm not a huge influencer, I'm not a celebrity, so like I'm going for the music, I'm going for the festival, I'm not going to flex, you know. But a lot of these people are just at like the Revolve parties and like at the other parties around the area, and they're not even going to the festival. So I like realized that and I had no idea, so I was like, why am I not seeing YouTubers everywhere and celebrities? A lot of YouTubers and stuff aren't going for like the fest, so I'm in here for the fest. I got the full festival experience, bitch. I went in GA. This is GA, this is not VIP, this is not an artist pass, this is your basic bitch shit, okay? So you get in, it was great weather, we had beautiful weather this weekend. It's so windy. Hi guys, so we've got here a few hours ago to give you guys the idea of what Coachella looks like. Just a big, beautiful grassy field. It is actually actually not that hot. It is the most beautiful weather. Like, this is the perfect weather for Coachella. Like, I can't believe I'm at Coachella. Like, who am I, all right? I never thought I would go. I told myself I would never go. It's really nice. I'll show you some sets and some of the art things they have around and just take you along with us. So we just went into like a pop punk. What was that?
It's like a ska, like
old
school.
Rock. Like, it's so crazy because I'm just so used to like only EDM to like go into a stage that's like rock. I'm
Like
just
an
like,
actual
what?
stage.
Now we're going into Indio Central Market.
Found a kombucha bar.
Ooh, let's see what kind of foods. Your girl would never even slightly let her diet go on this trip, but I'm trying to get an acai bowl right now, that's for sure. The temptation. Donuts. This is what happens when you come to a festival on a diet. You get tempted. Alright, that's really bright. Yeah, Friday was like pretty chill. We just saw quite a few good artists. We missed Anna Luneau and Jaws. We kind of just like explored day one, and I was super excited for the 1975, which was like later. So we took a lot of pictures, a lot of Instagram pictures, which you can see on my Instagram. I had to take those basic bitch Coachella pictures. And it was so fun. I started to fall in love with like the beauty of it. And we went to the Heineken House, which is like a beer like stage where like some DJs play, and then you can like play games and stuff like that. It's really cute. Pretty much walked around. Sunset came pretty fast. Like, we were having fun, just like living our best life. The thing about Coachella is it's nothing like just like a rave or like your typical festival necessarily. It's like an art festival as well. There is things like that super like it changes colors, and it's like right in the middle of the festival, and it's like a stairway or whatever, so you like walk up it and it's like changing colors all the time. And then there's this thing called Hypo or Hippo, and it's literally humans dressed as hippos. Like, they have a hippo head and they're just like in these space suits. Fascinated right now. Like, this is what you see at Coachella Music Festival. Like, I don't even know. I'm very entertained. But this was like really cool to stare at and like watch, and just like watch the hippos do weird shit and like interact with each other. It was weird, okay? So there's stuff like that there too. It's not just the music, it's not just the fashion. Like, it's literally an art show. There was this place at like the HP Center or whatever, and you like move, and then like the screen moves with you, and like the colors move, and it's like really cool. And then they had this whole other interactive section. What is this, babe?
This is Antarctic.
It goes by your motions. Do it. What the freaking A? What? That's so cool. So if you go next year, definitely like check everything out and like explore. Don't just worry about the artist. Obviously that's like the most important thing. Everyone loves the music, but like it's a whole experience. It's not just the music or like taking pictures. The Sahara tent is like one of my favorites, like aesthetically and like location wise. But like the main stage is the most fun because that's where you can just like sit down, you can lay down in the grass and just feel like a little hippie and like listen to Tame Impala. Like, it was really, really different. It was such a cool vibe. So that was like honestly what kind of stole my heart for it was like the location and like the beauty of Coachella. I think that's like what makes me want to go back, because like one thing I can say, that let's talk about this, the crowds, honey. The crowds are not the best crowds you're gonna run into. At first was like, wow, people like really aren't friendly here, but like it's getting a little better, and I just went into an EDM tent kind of vibe.
That's where the vibes are.
And like that's where everyone was super nice. So like literally you just have to go to like EDM places to find like the plur, because a lot of people aren't nice. But yeah, running into my high school friends is so awesome. And if you're used to raves or anything like that, or like the plur lifestyle, like you're not gonna find it here. The people are very, very different. Pretty much no one was very friendly to us. No one really said hi. We didn't, besides subscribers. I did meet a few subscribers and even hung out with some of my subscribers. That was amazing. They were awesome. Love you guys, everyone that I met. But like just the general people there like will look at you weird if you're making a weird noise or if you're having too much fun. Like people are like staring at you like, ew. Like that's definitely the vibe of Coachella. So like what you think it would be like, how it's like all like preppy, like prissy, people are like rich people, like it's like that. It really is. and you just have to like not let it bother you. Like I didn't go there to like make friends. I went there to like go have an experience with my boyfriend, and like, you know, luckily I met subscribers and stuff like that, but I was pretty much just with Sebastian this weekend. Like I'm talking like you accidentally run into someone because there's people everywhere. You're gonna like sometimes bump into someone or hit someone or whatever, and they're gonna throw up their hands and be like, hey, like they don't really say anything, but they're just like, you know what I mean? Like I literally saw somebody do that to Sebastian because Sebastian accidentally bumped into him because we were all packing like sardines out of the festival. So that was kind of annoying, and I was just kind of like, ugh. And then so many times, like on top of people getting so mad if you like slightly bump them, and we and Sebastian always say sorry because we're so used to other vibes at other festivals. Like we're super polite and everything, other people aren't. And like people will just run past you and like almost knock you down, like just like skip through you, just like, oh my god, but like not even give a fuck that they almost knocked you down. Like, I'm not talking a little nudge, I'm talking like you literally hit the fuck out of me. But like I said, a lot of like the influencers and stuff like that make it look so beautiful and glam, and like they're having the best time of their life, but they're also at like VIP parties, VIP houses, like Revolve festivals, like a whole different festival. Like I'm still confused what that was. Like I was not invited to that. I don't really get what that was, but I'm assuming it's some kind of like VIP YouTuber thing and celebrity thing, and they had like Cardi B play at that festival. I don't know, I've been watching vlogs, so I've kind of been just like noticing like, okay, I'm literally the average person, the average Coachella festival goer who doesn't even need to be known as like a YouTuber or celebrity or whatever. Like I'm literally just a festival goer. All these other people going to like events and parties and like stuff like that, like I feel like a lot of them were just there kind of for like the pictures and like whatever. But also like every influencer is going back to Weekend 2, so I mean I would have loved to go back to Weekend 2 just for another festival experience, but I think it's so funny that like they go back to Weekend 2 because they probably didn't even get any time at the festival, so they're probably going back to the festival. Best part of day one was seeing the 1975. Like, oh, I can't even, you guys, can't even. They were so amazing. I was having so much fun. I was completely sober, mind you. We tried to get like a little bit turnt, a little bit drunk. The drinks, we got a double shot of JMO, which is Jameson. It's like dark liquor, so literally just 2 shots on the rocks. There's nothing mixed in it. It's just 2 shots of alcohol with ice. And we got one of those. It was $22 plus tip because it's awkward, and you know, you want to tip them, I guess. So $22 plus tip, and then we go back to get another one. We didn't feel anything from that, right? We go back to get another one like an hour or 2 later. We paid $25 this time, so about $50 for 4 shots of alcohol. $50, you guys. This is reality of Coachella. And then Seb knocked half the thing over, and it's okay. I was a little mad. That was a little disheartening to spend $50 on alcohol, so honestly, like I recommend you sneak in alcohol or you pregame as fuck, because you're gonna be spending a good $100 to get drunk, like each. So this is another thing that I was kind of discovering this day, was that, oh my god, I forgot it's all ages. I'm used to 18 plus. So like I did see some families, I saw some kids, like I know the Ace family went. Like it's so weird to be like super drunk and have like a family walk by. Like it's just weird because it's like not what a regular festival usually is like. But I think that makes it really special, and there's so many parts about it that I really love and I think are unique and awesome. But anyways, there's like specific sections for you. So you have to go to the beer garden, and it's like blocked off by security to go drink, and you can't bring it out. So you're not gonna just find people like drinking on like the grass like at main stage. You're gonna find people drinking in the beer garden and they can't leave. So I didn't know that. Like everyone's trying to leave with their drinks thinking they can walk around Coachella all drunk like you can at like a Insomniac or whatever, but you can't. But the beer garden's really nice. There's food and like it's beautiful like grass everywhere. So that was really cool. Yeah, that was pretty much all for day one. So there was like a little bit of like low-key drama between like Seb and like the people in there low-key, but in the Airbnb I should say. So we go home, we Uber. So we go home and we get home early and we end up like making food and going to bed. I was like, oh, so mad at myself because I like had to eat late because like your body's so exhausted, and I was like, no, I can't eat anything at the festival, it's all unhealthy. And then like I'd get home and be like, fuck, I need to make something homemade, because like even if it's friggin' 12 at midnight, like I need to eat because my body is exhausted and I've been walking like 30 miles today, literally. You walk so much, so get prepared to get a workout and a tan because it's hot and you're walking so much. We go into the house and we make dinner and we go to bed. We were about to sleep for like an hour, 2 hours, and then it comes like 2:30 in the morning and everyone just like barges in the house. Mind you, it was me and Seb and then the Hungary couple, so 4 people were in the house sleeping. Like we were kind of right next to each other, but we didn't even know they were home because they're so quiet. It's just us 4. So there's there's like 12 other people that need to be coming home, and they all barged through the door. Now I get it, everyone's in party mode, it's Coachella, you guys are on something or drunk, you know, whatever, it's all good. So it wakes us up, and I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before because you're kind of in a party house, everyone's drunk. It wouldn't have been bad for me and Seb, as bad as it was for sleep for Seb and I, if we hadn't have been in like an open room. Like, we thought we were gonna get like a bedroom, but we got like a den area, which was fine, and I actually loved it because there was a lot of light, and like there was like 2 little pull-out beds, but like it was pretty nice. Like, it was spacious. I had no problem with it. It was just the noise if we wanted to get sleep at all. People are like really loud, but like it's not stopping, and me and Seb are like awake at this point. Like, you could tell we're both like closed our eyes trying to sleep, but like we like know that we can't sleep because everyone's really loud. They're right there. Like 12, 10 people are in the kitchen right now, like yelling and having fun and like partying, right? It's fine. Like, I get it. I get it. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna suck my shit up and literally not sleep all weekend. But then I guess Seb got a little bit mad, and he like got up to go be like, hey guys, like, can you kind of like quiet down? Which I totally understand, us being kind of like the outsiders there. Like, they kind of invited us, even though we, of course, we paid just as much as they did, and we helped them like afford it and everything like that. But like, you know, they don't know us. We're kind of like the outsiders. They all know each other. They're all friends. And so like, I get how that would be kind of like annoying to have somebody like tell you to quiet down that like you don't even really know. The girl that like conducted all of this, like, I really liked her. Like, she was cool. She was like the only girl that was there, like, other than all guys. So she was like telling everyone to quiet down and to go upstairs. And so Seb came back in pretty quickly. Like, that was probably like a 20-second exchange maybe. And I was like, oh fuck, this is so awkward, because I didn't know if Seb told them like shh, and I was like, okay, that's so rude, Seb, like, don't do that. It obviously wasn't Seb. He wouldn't do that. It was her saying, like, telling the people to shush. And so they start going upstairs, and then some of them got really mad at us. Like, I don't even think I ever talked to the ones that got mad at us again. Like, I didn't want Seb to get up and say that. Like, I honestly, that's just how I am. Like, I wanted to suck it up and be like, okay, I'm not gonna sleep this weekend, but I don't want to piss anyone off or annoy anyone, so that's fine. And so like, one of the guys is like, well, they're the strangers, and like said something about how like we're strangers, and like someone they were kind of whispering, and like I know some of them were talking shit, not her or anything, but like some of the friends were like annoyed at us and stuff, and I could like hear it because we're like right there. Like, I can hear even whispers, like I'm in the living room, you know, or the den. And then like they started being really loud on purpose, and I got really mad. Like, I was like getting really frustrated. I was like, I honestly might have to find a new place. Like, I didn't pay all this money to be like talk shit about and like purposely slamming shit right next to us, and like slamming the front door and like doing whatever, like stomping around in your sandals on purpose, like laughing that you're stomping around. I paid just as much as you did. I didn't talk to some of them really ever again. I mean, I didn't talk to much of them at all. Like, I just don't know what to say. I really don't have much to say. I don't have much in common with random like college guys. So day 2, not my favorite lineup. So the lineup I haven't really talked much about has a bunch of different artists. It has people from all over, all backgrounds, all kinds of genres. This genre was definitely more like Tame Impala, like more indie vibes, like bands, like live bands. And you know, I'm more into like EDM and like sometimes rap, and like of course sometimes I can go for some indie shit. Like, I can go for everything. So I was excited, but we thought this day would be good for a little bit of a trip. I tried to have a little bit of a trip, just a little bit of a psychedelic trip, nothing too big. And I'm not gonna talk much about this because that's for another video. I don't want to make this video like about that or anything, but it was way more intense than I would have ever expected, and a lot of crazy shit happened. And I ran into my subscribers, and we were all on the same wavelength, same headspace, and we were like tripping out at each other and like laughing and like crying and laughing, crying, because it was so funny. Nothing, that's just like what psychedelics do to you sometimes. Like, I was like crying laughing for like half of the like day of day 2 at Coachella, because like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then it gets really overwhelming, and everyone's moving really fast around you, and it gets scary. I ran into like multiple subscribers this day, and like some of them were tripping too, and it was like so freaking funny. It was just a weird ass experience and trip. And then like a lot of negative things will like come out in your mind, like if you're like stressing in life, like some like negative stuff will come up like during a trip and stuff like that. So I was kind of stressing that day, and we were mostly alone. We ended up losing our friends that were with us too. We really were, you know, feeling the more acid type vibe music. So we went to Tame Impala, and I was just laying down. I was tired as fuck, right? I didn't get really any sleep, and I was just laying in the grass like one with nature. I wanted to rip out my extensions. All I wanted to do was rip out my extensions and my fake eyelashes. Like, I hated the feeling of those, and I was just like literally like doing snow angels in the grass. Like, I was so comfortable and like happy and like free. So that was pretty cool, and I got to listen to Tame Impala live like while tripping a little bit. That was awesome. I forgot to mention something that always sticks out to me at this festival. Like, every single day. I was like, what the fuck? So if you're used to partying all the time and like super hyped like raves and festivals that like the music doesn't stop, here like they take breaks to set up because there's live bands and like live singers and everything. So there's like long breaks. Sometimes there was like 2 hours in between sets and you'd be sitting there with like no music, not knowing what to do because no one else good was playing at the time. So that was super different. That's something about Coachella that you have to know if you're looking to like rage the whole time. Like that's not Coachella. This is so funny. We had lacked a lot of EDM day 2. There lacked a lot of EDM, and we love EDM, right? So we see this tent in the distance and it's flashing lights. It looks like the Nose Center. It looks like Beyond Wonderland. Like it looks like a regular rave. So we're stoked. We're running towards this like, oh, yay, like this is EDM. Like this is gonna be so good. Like we're all excited. So we get to this tent and we walk in and it's a weird ass vibe. Like it's a weird EDM vibe. It's not your typical like Dylan Francis Diplo. Like it's weird. It's not enjoyable necessarily. So I'm kind of like, okay, something's off about this, but like let's watch. So we're kind of there and we're watching. And then all of a sudden, and I have clips of this, guys, don't worry. It's this people called Aphex Twins, okay? I didn't know anything about them. I start hearing like the weirdest noises. And remind you, I'm not a psychedelic. I'm tripping a little bit, so it's extra fucking weird. And I start hearing crying and babies crying and screaming. Sitting here just like, so me and Seb just watched this for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and we're just like in shock. It's like literally making me feel like scared. It's making me like feel the music. Like it's making me understand like why they're crying. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It was like an emotional thing. Seb, he best described it as like, I felt violated, like my soul was violated, and that's exactly how we felt. So we walk out slowly in silence, and we're like halfway to the next stage, and we just look at each other and we just started busting up fucking laughing. Like we came in for like some hype EDM and we got like crying and bawling and people like hitting each other, and like that is another thing, is Coachella is like an art. Like the music is art. It's not just anything like you're gonna find every day on the radio. Like it's not a regular thing. It's very unique. So but that day was like pretty uneventful. And then we went to Bass Nectar's set, which I know a lot of people love Bass Nectar, and he's like a really big icon in like the EDM community and stuff like that. My friend that I was with, who we lost, she was actually there too. We just weren't with her. And then she told me the next day, she was like, that was actually a troll set. So I guess it was a troll set. I don't know. Which means like he was like trolling everyone there. He had a lot of political stuff, so that could be why. I didn't really understand it. I didn't really think much of it, but like she said it was a troll set, and then he said fuck you to Coachella basically, and also for giving him only a 55-minute set. Like Ariana Grande got like a 3-hour plus set, and like Bass Nectar got 55 minutes plus, and he was headlining. So when you're headlining, you usually have a longer set. So I don't know, I get it, like do your thing, whatever. Like I enjoyed Bass Nectar. After that, we went right home and got a decent night's sleep, so that wasn't too bad. And then day 3 was the last day. I was so excited to see Ariana Grande. Zed, I was really excited for. So we get there. We had a pretty good time. We just kind of jammed out to like Zed, and we just kind of like really chilled this night. There wasn't anything like too crazy going on. Hi guys, we're seeing Zed right now. That's what you're hearing. It's gonna be so fucking good. Day 3. I did get some good footage of Ariana this day, and I was sad. I was super sad for it to be over. Me and Seb snuck in a piece, so like a little pipe for weed, and then we snuck in the weed. Like he literally grinded the weed and like put it in an actual piece, and like we smoked it. And that was really fun to be like low-key high at Coachella. Like that was kind of lit. Like I actually liked it because I don't like smoking that much, honestly, but like I had a fun time smoking at Coachella. It's just, that's kind of the vibe. It's very like hippie and like free and just like jamming out, but like chilling. Like we got just like super fucking high, watched Ariana, walked around. Nightmare played, and his set was freaking amazing. If you like drops, you like bass, you're a bass head, like bitch, you are going to love Nightmare. good. It was just so entertaining. Did anything else crazy happen? I didn't get to vlog that much, so what vlog footage you saw is like really like all I got, and then the pictures of course. But it was such a cool freaking experience. Like, yeah, I think after that we ended up just leaving like a little bit early that day, got some sleep, and then we left pretty early the next day. And to be honest, like I was sad, like waking up the next day leaving, I was like, Coachella is one for the books. Like Coachella is one I will do again and again and again and again. Like I want to go to Coachella now. It is now one of my favorite festivals, and everyone has different experiences. I've heard weekend one is a lot worse of a vibe of people than weekend two. I've heard weekend two is always way better for like the people vibe. So I would recommend going to weekend two if you're more about like the vibes and you're more into like the rave scene and stuff like that. You would probably like weekend two better. Weekend one is very like Instagram, like fashion, like who's cool, who's in, you know what I mean? That's definitely the truth. Like they're not lying when they say that. Like the vibe you think Coachella is, it is. Like you're not gonna really love it as much as you're gonna love something like EDC if you've loved EDC. Like you're just not. Like, but you'll love it for its own beauty and for its own like awesomeness. Like it's really so different, and something I would definitely go to again. Like I said, my favorite parts about it were like the beauty of it. Like it's so beautiful, just green grass, freaking tulips, just flowers. The sun is so like hot and amazing. Like you just feel like you're like on vacation on an island. The palm trees are lit up all nice. There's palm trees everywhere. There's art pieces, there's beautiful outfits. It's a really just like artsy festival. I love it for that. And the food is great. If I wasn't on a diet, I would have recommended the food so much and been like, yeah, you literally have to go for the food, because I can see what people get and I can see on social media and it looks amazing. So, and then of course the music is great. The lineup's always freaking lit. All of the live bands were great. Ariana was great. All the EDM people were great. The Sahara tent is really cool and it's set up really awesome. So I love that. It just gives you the Coachella vibes, like being at the Sahara tent. You're just like, yeah, I'm at Coachella. It's its own freaking thing, but I'd recommend it 10/10. If you've never been in your life, I'd say go. I'd say go and experience it just once, and then you can decide if you want to go again. But I know I will be going next year. Honestly, I want to go next year, weekend one and weekend two, low-key, for like different experiences. Kind of like weekend one be more fashion focused and then weekend two be more like friend and camping focused. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that'd be kind of cool. But I'm definitely going next year and the year after, and now it's a new festival that I love. So I have a love-hate relationship with it. So a lot of people are making it seem really bad and stuff like that, or like making it seem like super dramatic, or like why we hate Coachella, and I'm just like, I don't think you can hate it. Like you might hate it because it's a very pretentious, that's how the people are, and that's kind of what everything is. It's like, how cool are you to get into this and like whatever, but like you just go for the festival. Like it's a good ass festival. It's a good time, the music's good, and you're with people that you like you're good, you're gonna have a good time. With places to stay, I don't know much about camping, but I would do camping if you don't care too much about like your aesthetic. But if you do, I would definitely get an Airbnb with some people and try to get it as close as possible, because 2 miles away was still like a $33 Uber home, so I can imagine being like 20 miles away. I will make more Coachella videos next year because I'm super into it now. So I think Coachella is definitely gonna be like my new thing, and I'll do like prep videos and stuff like that, and like outfit videos. I got my outfits within like 2.5 minutes, so my outfits were super chill and casual, and like honestly something I'd probably wear every day. So I'm definitely not a huge fan of my outfits this year, but next year I'm gonna try to do them up so that you guys like them and that they're a little bit cooler than this year. So that was pretty much my Coachella experience. Compared to raves, it's a whole different vibe of people, but it's a very similar like excitement and the same kind of music and the same vibes and DJs and stuff like that. But yeah, you're only just not gonna run into like the plur. The plur does not exist really at Coachella. At least Coachella weekend one. I wouldn't know weekend two. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little Coachella story recap experience and an advice, whatever, little sit down vlog and video. I had so much fun. I can't wait to be back next year. I wish I was there this weekend too, but that's okay. Alas, we had a good ass time. I love you guys so much. Let me know what you thought about Coachella if you went in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on social media. The links are down below. And I will see your lovely, beautiful faces in my next video. Bye guys.